Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to ISKCON Sydney, Mayapur TV. We are again in the lockdown, so we thought that we will again relish the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are having the series of Srimad Bhagavatam classes again, and we are going through chapter-wise from Canto 3. So just 2 days ago we started Canto 3, Chapter 1, and today we will see what is there in Chapter 2 of Canto 3. So thank you for joining. We will recite the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sadrajatam Sahagaranathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitan Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Takta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. So we are seeing Chapter 3. We started from Chapter 1 of Canto 3. And this is a very beautiful canto. From the beginning of this canto, we are seeing the scene of Vidura. Parikshit Maharaj is asking Shukadev Goswami that he wants to know about Vidura and Maitreya Muni. What exactly happened? What conversation did they have? So he wanted to know about all that in flow. And Shukadev Goswami starts narrating that in the first chapter. The first chapter describes that how Vidura got insulted in Hastinapura by Duryodhana. And after getting insulted, he left the house. And he started going to different dhamas. And on the way, he met Uddhava, the great personality Uddhava, who is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So chapter 2 describes first shloka. It has been asked, Vidura is asking Uddhava that can you please tell me about the Lord? He understood that Lord has just winded his pastime now from the earth, and now he is back again to his dham. So Vidura wants to know more about Krishna, and that's what he is asking to Uddhava. So that's how chapter starts. So in the beginning, the first 6 verses, if you see, this whole chapter is actually very beautiful. From this chapter up to chapter 4, Vidura and Uddhava is explaining all the beautiful qualities and remembering Lord. So the chapter 2 is entitled Remembrance of Lord Krishna. So when Vidura is inquiring we see the position of Uddhava as well. Uddhava was resembling to Lord exactly. When when Uddhava and Krishna were coming together, it was very difficult to find the difference. They were resembling so much. And the thing was that Uddhava was such a great devotee. He was loving Krishna so much. He was on the platform of prema. He was loving Krishna so much that he was not doing anything without offering it to Krishna. Even the clothes, whatever Krishna has wore, he will take those clothes and wear it. Whatever things, whatever ornaments or whatever things Krishna is using, he will use that as well. He will not take new clothes or he will not use new things. He will offer it to Krishna first. And when Krishna will use that, those things Uddhava will wear. So when both of the Uddhava and Krishna will walk together, it was very hard to see the difference between them. And we have seen the pastime as well that when Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan to consult the gopis, that time when Uddhava went to Vrindavan, it was very hard for the Vrajavasis to understand that who he is. In the beginning, they thought that, oh, Krishna came. But after just looking at Uddhava carefully, they realized that, oh, this is not Krishna, this is someone else. So Uddhava was resembling Krishna like anything. He was amazing devotee. He was loving Krishna like anything. And after Lord concluded his pastime on the earth, after Lord disappeared, he told Uddhava to stay here, stay on the earth and meditate. So he couldn't go with Lord. Uddhava didn't go with Lord. He was here because that was the order of Krishna to him. So he was staying here. And when Vidura went to Uddhava and asked him that now please tell me about Krishna, that what happened, I heard about the Yadu dynasty annihilated and I heard about the Kuru dynasty as well. So can you please explain a little bit? From that point, this chapter starts. Now, the first 6 verses, when you will start reading that, you will see the ecstasy of Uddhava. When someone is asking me about Krishna, when someone is saying that, can you please tell me about Krishna? Just the name Krishna is giving ecstasy to Uddhava. He is fully in tears. He is showing all ecstatic symptoms there. And in the first clear 6 shlokas you will see this ecstasy. How Uddhava is exhibiting this ecstasy when he is thinking about the Lord. When Vidura asked Uddhava about Krishna, he couldn't speak anything. For a moment, he was absorbed in the thought of Krishna. And the tears started flowing from his eyes. He was shivering. He was sweating, he was perspiring. So all these great symptoms were shown by Uddhava. And Vidura, he is also on a different platform. It is not that Vidura is on a very lower platform. No, Vidura is also on very high platform. He is Yamaraj himself. And he is great Mahajan. So when he saw that Uddhava's condition, what Uddhava is doing, he immediately understood that he is also on the platform of prema. He is on amazing, great platform. And he understands who Krishna is, who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. So first 6 verses is exhibiting the great symptoms of love and what exactly Uddhava is thinking. And in verses, Prabhupada have given beautiful examples, beautiful analogies in this chapter, that how Krishna has disappeared, then what exactly happened. It is like just the sunset. He has gone from this universe, but he has just risen in some other universe. Like sun, when sun sets in India, it arises in America. Isn't it? The sun is still there. It is just that you are not seeing in India and you are seeing it in America. Or when sun is rising in India, there is a dark in America. So like that. So that's what has been given as an analogy here, and beautiful analogy has been given by Prabhupada. And we can see the great personality Uddhava, who is speaking, who is telling about the Lord, who is just going through all his emotions and showing the ecstasy. And we are having Prabhupada's purport. What else we need? Prabhupada's amazing purport. Beautifully Prabhupada had just described the symptoms of ecstasy. What does it mean? How we have to understand that, and how great devotees shows those symptoms, not to the public, but definitely to the exalted souls. So, this is how the first section, the first 6 chapters shows. And very important point given here is in these first 6 slokas that Uddhava was playing with the dolls of Krishna. When he was child, when he was just very young boy, maybe 5-6 years old, something like that, he was playing with the dolls of Krishna, the form of doll in Krishna. And whenever his mother used to call him for the breakfast or for lunch, he used to get very angry that why she's disturbing me. He continuously used to meditate, and he used to feel great joy in playing with the dolls of Krishna. And then later on Prabhupada explains that how this devotional service, when we get engaged in the devotional service, doesn't matter what age we come, it increases. Like general, when you are in the material world, when we are working, we work up to the age of 60, 65, and at the end, the person gets so exhausted that that's enough now. I don't want to work. I just want to stay home. I just want to relax. So that's the material work. After a certain time, definitely the person wants to retire. The person doesn't want to do the thing. But this is not the case in devotional service. Devotional service, the more you do, the more you feel ecstatic. The more you do, the more you feel inclined to do the devotional service. That's the beauty of devotional service. And it has been mentioned in one verse that even though Uddhava got old, even though he aged, still his attention to Lord or his devotional service didn't slacken at all. He was continuously doing devotional service. He was so much absorbed in doing devotional service, even though he aged. So that's the beauty of devotional service. We don't retire from devotional service. We keep doing it continuously. So, the next section from text number 7, actually Uddhava starts speaking. And here Uddhava speaks. He just wipes his tears. He comes to the normal platform. He comes to the human platform. Prabhupada very beautifully mentions in his purport in this chapter that even though the devotees who are staying on this material platform, staying in this material world, staying in this human platform, staying in this human body, still they are attached to the lotus feet of Lord. And the Prabhupada is giving the example of a creeper, that how creeper climbs and it just starts growing and it holds onto the bigger tree, it holds onto the strong tree, and that is the Lord's feet. It reaches up to there and it stays there. So even though the human being, when he is performing devotional service, he can stay here and he can still stay in the abode of Lord. So he is having both platforms open when he is doing devotional service. So same in the Uddhava's case also, it has been mentioned that he was absolutely in ecstasy. He is in the abode of Lord in Dwarka, and from there he came down to the human level. He came down and then he started speaking. So from text number 7, Uddhava started speaking. And Uddhava, his heart is so heavy that Lord had just winded up his pastime and he couldn't go with Lord. So in this verse, in the first verse, Uddhava is saying that the Son of the World, Lord Krishna has set, and our house has now been swallowed by the great snake of time. What can I say to you about our welfare? So he is in such a what do you call in a separation. He's feeling that separation so strongly. He didn't want it to leave Krishna. He didn't want it to get separated from Krishna. But Krishna ordered him. And now in that separation, he's feeling, his heart is so heavy that he's saying that, oh, Krishna is like a sun. And that sun has set now. And what can I tell you about the welfare of this world? What can I tell you about the welfare of us? It is very hard to say something, Mathura, because Krishna has left this world. Krishna has gone to his abode. And then Uddhava is saying that he has left, but definitely we are so unfortunate. We are not fortunate at all. We are unfortunate because he has left, and the Yadus, who were the family members of Krishna, they also couldn't even understand who he was. Now in this situation we see all the Yadus, all the devotees, or all the family members of Krishna who have taken birth on this earth when Krishna was doing the Leela. Not all were the Nityasiddhas. Few were demigods. Few were trying to perfect themselves, and they got the association to come into Krishna Leela and perform their the pastime there. So that's how all these Yadus were there. So few knew that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but few of them had no idea at all. They were thinking that Krishna is Paramatma. That's it. After that, they had no idea that who Krishna is exactly. So here Uddhava is saying that the Yadus are more unfortunate because even though they got the birth in Krishna's family, they were surrounded by Krishna continuously, still they couldn't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is the beauty, this is the quality of exalted devotee, great devotee, that the more close they are to the Lord, they feel that, oh, we are so far from the Lord. The more exalted the devotee is, the more they feel that, oh, I'm so unfortunate, I don't have the association. We can see the example of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaja's Guru Babaji Maharaj. So when Babaji Maharaj left his body, what happened? Babaji Maharaj left his body and he was in such ecstasy, he was continuously thinking about the Lord, he was continuously thinking about Krishna. And he was saying that, oh, I have just lost this human form. I haven't performed the devotional service at the Lord. Now you can see Babaji Maharaj was such an exalted devotee. Continuously he was chanting the name of Lord. And not to get disturbed by the people or material people, he used to go in a secluded place. He used to go sometimes in a toilets or unhygienic places just to get absorbed in Krishna Prema. So he was so strong, he was such a great devotee. And that kind of devotee is saying that, oh, I have wasted my life. I couldn't perform the devotional service. I couldn't take Krishna's name properly. So what he told his disciples or the surrounding people who were around him, he said that when I will leave this body, what you do is you tie my legs with a rope and just drag my body to the whole Navadvipa. Just drag my body in the Navadvipa, and when I'll get that dust on my body, maybe that is the way I will get purified. So this is the quality of a pure devotee. When they are on the pure devotional platform, they are on the prema platform, that place they feel that, oh, the demons are more fortunate. And that's what Uddhava is also feeling here. In next few verses, Uddhava says that the demons are more fortunate. They got liberation. They were fighting on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So all the people who were having enmity towards Krishna, they fought in front of Krishna. They were in front of Krishna, and when they left their body, they absolutely were seeing Krishna and then they left. So they are more fortunate than me because they are able to see Krishna. But I'm not able to see Krishna now. So he's just in that separation mode. He's just lamenting and saying that, Vidura, what should I say? What should I tell you? And next few verses, Uddhava is saying that the Yadus or all the relatives of Krishna who took birth in the Yadu dynasty, it is not that they were not educated or they were not highly learned people. They all were. But still they could just go up to the platform of Paramatma. They couldn't cross the platform of Paramatma. They couldn't cross the platform of Antaryami. Up to that platform only they went. So that's why I'm feeling that the demons were more fortunate that they were able to see Krishna face to face. And he's saying that how he disappeared, how he just concluded his pastime. People may say anything. He says in the verse text 11 that Lord Shri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from the sight of those who were unable to see him as he is, due to not executing required penances. Yeah, so that's what he's saying, that it is very hard, and he just left the word. But beautifully Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that generally people don't understand that. And the Jada who shot that arrow to Krishna when he was sitting on that tree, that arrow got on the big toe of the feet of Krishna. And when Jara came in front of Krishna, he took that arrow out and he asked him, okay, what benediction you want? So now if the materialistic people are saying that, okay, Krishna got shot on that foot and he got his big toe hit, and because of that, he just left. It is very difficult to understand that. So Uddhava is saying this is so hard to understand to the general people, that how disappearance means, what exactly disappearance means. And that's why Prabhupada gave the analogy of the sun. And he said that if the sun has risen in this universe, he has set in some other universe. So in one day of Brahma, Krishna comes once. So that day is gone. Now next day. So say that next day might be on some other universe. So Krishna has gone there. So that disappearance means it is just the disappearance from our eyes. He just disappeared from our sight. But that doesn't mean that he disappeared from this universe, or he disappeared like the general people do disappear, or they just leave their body. It is not like that. So next, still Uddhava is in that separation mood, and still he is thinking about the Lord, and still he is talking that Lord appeared in the mortal world by his internal potency, Yogamaya. He came in the eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastime. So why Krishna comes? He just comes to protect the devotees and to annihilate the demons. Actually, he doesn't have to come to annihilate the demons. Just by looking at them, just by his glance, he can just annihilate the demons. But the main reason is to protect the devotees, or to strengthen the faith of his devotee. That's why Krishna comes in this material world. Just to help his devotees that yes, I am there. So do not worry. Then next Uddhava is remembering the beauty of Krishna. Here he is saying that how beautiful Krishna was. He's thinking about his beauty and saying that the beauty was so incomparable. We cannot compare that beauty with anything. In Brahma's creation, there is no beauty of that type. What Krishna came, how Krishna came. So he was amazingly beautiful. So in next few verses, he is explaining that how demigods, when they were seeing Krishna, they were astonished by the beauty of Krishna. And we have heard about the pastime that when Mahavishnu himself wanted to see Krishna, because Krishna was so beautiful that he himself even couldn't control. And we saw the pastime, or we heard the pastime of that Brahmana's kids, that how in the city of Mathura, when there was a Brahmana, you are doing something wrong, that's why it is happening. So Arjuna, he said that, okay, I will protect your son. So when the lady was giving birth to the child, Arjuna was just surrounded there. Arjuna was just circumambulating his house, and he said, I will protect your child. But still child got disappeared. Still he couldn't see the child when the child was born. And then Krishna said that, okay, I will take you, Arjuna, he took Arjuna, and then they went to the Mahavishnu. And when Krishna took Arjuna there, and he went in front of Mahavishnu, Mahavishnu said that, I did all these things, here are the kids. They saw the Brahmana kids there, and they said that, Mahavishnu said that, I wanted to see you, Krishna. You are so beautiful. I wanted to see you. That's why I came, I brought that kids here, that one day you will definitely come following those kids. So that's the beauty of Krishna. And now Uddhava is remembering how beautiful Krishna is, how his flute is, how his appearance is, how beautifully he wears the clothes, how beautifully he wears the ornaments. So he's just remembering now about the beauty of Krishna. Then in next few verses, he is saying that how compassionate Krishna is, how he is taking care of all his devotees. He is saying that the personality of Godhead, the all compassionate controller of both the spiritual and material creation, is unborn. But when there is a friction between his peaceful devotees and person who are in the material modes of nature, he takes both, just like the fire accompanied by Mahatattva. And then he's saying, and he's thinking that when Krishna took birth in the prison house, he was taken to Vrindavan by Vasudeva. Vasudeva took him to Vrindavan. And then what happened? Vasudeva himself was very much scared of Kamsa. Actually, for Lord, there was no fear. She shouldn't get scared. He wasn't scared actually. But just to satisfy Vasudeva's desire. Because Vasudeva was in the parental relation. He was in that parental affection. And he was thinking, oh, the child is born now, but he's just born. And how can he just kill Kamsa? He didn't know the power, even though Krishna showed his 4 hands Vishnu form to Vasudeva and Devaki. But still, because Yogamaya covered their intelligence, because they wanted to go in the Vatsalya Rasa. And similarly, there were some promises to fulfill on the part of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj as well. They had that benediction that they will enjoy the childhood pastime of Krishna. So that's why Krishna went there. But it is not that he was afraid of Kamsa, and that's why Vasudeva took him, that, oh, this small, just newborn baby, he cannot kill Kamsa, so let me take and give him in the care of Nanda Maharaj. It wasn't like that. But Krishna did that. Krishna went there, and then he fled from Mathura as well. So he is such a compassionate towards his devotees, that for his devotees he is ready to do anything and everything. And he's taking the name of what they call Ranchor Das. That's what they call him when he flees from Mathura, from Jarasandha's army. But he's saying that he's ready to take all those names just for the sake of devotees. Just to give the pleasure to his devotees. But that's how compassionate my Lord is. That's how loving my Lord is. And the few instances he's saying that giving me pain, that he had to flee from Mathura. And then when he was coming in front of Shurasena, he gave the Mathura to Shurasena, and when he came in front of him, he was bowing down and he was giving the report to Shurasena that okay, these things happened and you should know this. So as a king, he was giving respect to him. He was showing all these things to Shurasena. But Uddhava was saying that my heart just breaks when I see that. And when Krishna comes in front of his parents, in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, he begs pardon from them. He says that, oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't let you enjoy the childhood pastimes. You couldn't see me as a child. And he's asking forgiveness from the Vasudeva and Devaki. So that also breaks the heart of Uddhava. So he's on such an elevated platform. He's loving Krishna so much that he's feeling that breaks my heart when I see that he's begging pardon from his parents. He's standing in front of Shurasena and he's bowing down in front of Shurasena and giving him a report. That really pains my heart. So we can see how the beauty, the love Uddhava is having towards Krishna. So that's what he's exhibiting, that's what we can see here. Then Uddhava is explaining to Akrura, he's saying that you have seen how he killed Shishupala. So in the assembly of Yudhishthira, when Yudhishthira was doing the Rajasuya Yadya, that time they did the Agra Puja first, and they did the Agra Puja of Krishna. So when they did Agra Puja, that time Shishupala was very upset, and he said that why you are giving so much importance to him, and he insulted Krishna like anything. And actually Shishupala was a cousin brother of Krishna, and he had given not benediction, but he promised his aunt that I will kill him when he will commit 100 offenses. I will forgive him for all 100 offenses. And those offenses which are punishable for the death punishment. The offenses which he will do, if that offense is so bad that he can be given death punishment for that offense, like that 100 offenses I will bear, and then I will punish him, then I will kill him. Until that I will not kill him. So Shishupala, in that assembly of Yudhishthira, he again committed the offense. He was calling Krishna like anything, and Krishna was just counting the offenses. He said, okay, I'm just counting, and when you will do 100 offenses, that's it. After that, you're going to go. And that's what happened. In the assembly, when Shishupala committed 100 offenses, Krishna sent his Sudarshan Chakra. And this is the beauty when Krishna kills the demon. He sends his Sudarshan Chakra, and Sudarshan Chakra just cuts the head of Shishupala. Now, it has been said in the Vedas that when they are doing yagya, there should be no bloodshed. Or if there is a bloodshed, then they have to clean everything again, and they have to do the arrangements again, and then they can perform the yagya. And now this is the beginning. This is the Agra Puja happening, and all things are ready. All different brahmanas have come. Everyone is ready for the yagya. And now these things happen. But the Sudarshana Chakra, what it did is, it just cut the throat of Shishupala without dropping a single drop of blood there. And it just cuts the head and it comes back again to Krishna. So, even though Shishupala was being killed, there was no bloodshed, or there was not a single drop of blood gone on the earth, or gone on the area of the yagya. And Uddhava is explaining and telling Vidura that you have personally witnessed that how Shishupala, when he was killed, he merged, the light came from his body, and when that light came, it got merged into the body of Krishna. So you have personally witnessed that. So that's how Vidura is remembering so many different things. He's talking that how, as I said, that how lucky or how fortunate the demons are who got killed on the battlefield. Now, when Krishna is killing someone, when they are having the enmity towards Krishna and Krishna is killing them, they get merged into the body of Krishna. Definitely, devotees' form is different, devotees' salvation is different, but when they are having enmity, still they get that benefit. Still they go back. And still they have the association of Krishna. It is such an amazing thing that even to the enemies. And one devotee was giving class about at this point, and he was explaining that we have to really see the eagerness or the the power of remembering of Krishna in the demoniac people. They are continuously remembering Krishna. In the enmity, definitely, but they are continuously remembering Krishna. Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kamsa, they were continuously remembering Krishna. They were thinking about Krishna only. How to kill him. How I can become supreme. How I can kill Vishnu. So in that way, in an enmity, even though in that enmity they were thinking about Lord. And that is very hard position even for the yogis to get. But that position these demons do have. And they are getting liberation, they are getting merged into Krishna's body. And even Uddhava is talking about Mother Putana. He is saying that Putana, she came to kill Krishna. She was there not to love Krishna, but to kill Krishna. She was the first demon sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna. And she wanted to feed Krishna the milk. And even though that milk was poisoned, even though the milk had poison in it, and the intention was to kill Krishna, but Krishna out of this just saw that she is feeding me as a mother. She is giving her milk to me. So her position is of a mother. Even though there is a poison in the milk, he didn't thought about the poison, but he awarded her for her milk. And he gave her a position of a mother. And he took her back to the Godhead. So how great my Lord is. And what should I do? What can I tell you about my Lord? That's how beautifully in that ecstasy Uddhava is speaking to Vidura in this beautiful chapter. Now, from text number 25 onwards, Krishna is talking, Vidura started talking about the birth of Krishna. And as we know that all pastimes, whatever pastimes Krishna has performed here, all are glorious. Doesn't matter how many times we remember them, doesn't matter how many times we recite them, it is going to purify us, it is going to give the great joy, the great ecstasy to us. In the pastime of gopis, we can see when Krishna left in the Rasalila, when he was performing the Rasalila in that beautiful night, and he left gopis in between. And then in that separation, what were they doing? They were performing dramas of Krishna Leela. Someone was becoming Kaliya, someone was dancing on the head of Kaliya, and few other pastimes, like how he killed this demon, how he killed the bull demon, then someone became Asura, someone became someone else, someone became Agasura. So like that, in that separation also, they were performing all these different activities what Krishna has done. And they were continuously remembering Krishna only. So similarly, Uddhava is also in that ecstasy to just think about Krishna. And he is feeling sad, he is feeling bad that Krishna is not here. And he's feeling separation from Lord a lot. But in that also he's saying that, oh, I'm so unfortunate. that I have no company of Lord now. I've just lost him. The sun has just set for this universe, and I don't know. He's glorifying demons as well. So on that platform, Uddhava. And the last section of this chapter starts from text 25 onwards up to text 34. And in these verses, he started talking about the Vrindavan Leela. He talks about the Vraja Leela, that how Krishna came to Vraja, how Krishna came to Vrindavan. In text number 25, he says that the personality of Godhead Lord Shri Krishna, being prayed to by Brahma, to bring welfare to the earth, was begotten by Vasudeva in the womb of his wife and Devaki in the prison of King Bhuja. So he starts explaining to Mathura about Krishna from that point, from the birth of Krishna. And next 2 chapters also he will explain the different leelas. So, but in this chapter particularly, up to text 34, he is explaining his Vrindavan Leela, that what exactly he did in Vrindavan. So, in text number 26, he is saying that his father, being afraid of Kamsa, brought him to the cow pastures of Maharaj Nanda. And then he lived here for 11 years, like a covered flame with his elder brother Baladeva. So, as I said before, that Krishna was not afraid. Just within the 10 days after birth, when Putana came, he just sucked out her life while drinking the milk. So he could have killed Kamsa anytime. He could have killed Kamsa immediately after the birth. But that was not the pastime. Look, Vasudeva had to bring Krishna. Baladev had to come here. And then Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, they had to get that pleasure of seeing Krishna's beauty, of seeing Krishna's childhood pastime, of seeing Krishna's childhood, then growing up, then Kaishora Avastha. And all those pastimes, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai had to see. So all these leelas are happening. It's a part of leela that Vasudeva dropped Krishna, or Vasudeva brought Krishna to Nanda Maharaja's house. And while bringing Krishna to Nanda Maharaja's house, Vasudeva was carrying Krishna in that basket, and the river Yamuna was just flowing, and she wanted to touch the feet of Lord Krishna. And in that, Krishna just fell down and he just touched the Yamuna. And then Vasudeva got scared, and then he lifted the baby again. So we see that how the bhava of parental love is being shown here. And definitely Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the father of everyone. He is the father and mother of all the living entities. But when devotees do take care of Krishna as a child, when devotees say, oh, I need to protect you, Krishna, my small baby, what should I feed you? You must be hungry. Now you should go to sleep. When Mother Yashoda is holding Krishna, and when Lord Shiva comes to see Krishna, and Shiva says that, please bring him, I want to see him. And Mother Yashoda says that, no, I can't bring him out. He had just taken a bath. If I bring him out, he will, the cold air is around and he will get cold. So I don't want my baby to get cold. I don't want my baby to catch cold. So that's how she is protecting the baby. And Krishna loves that. When devotees are protecting, he enjoys that Madhurya Rasa. He enjoys that parental love, care of the devotees. He absolutely loves that. Definitely when he is on the Vaikuntha, or when he is on the platform of Narayana, or when he is performing the Leela as our father, then he is taking care definitely of everyone. But when we take care of Krishna, he loves that. He enjoys that more than anything else. And that's what is happening here. That's what Uddhava is mentioning. That how Vasudeva is going and taking care and worried about Krishna's life and giving him in Nanda Maharaja's house to take care, and he's feeling that he'll be protected. We have heard the pastime of Govardhan as well, that when Krishna lifts Govardhan, all the Brajavasis, they bring the stick, that okay Krishna, we will help you, just putting these sticks. So they were all thinking, because of the sticks, Krishna is holding the Govardhan. Because they didn't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather that they don't want to know. They are on totally different platform. They are absolutely on different ecstasy that he is our Lalla, he is a child, he is our baby, and we need to take care of him. They are on very different platform. So the Braja or the love Brajavasis have for Krishna is on the top platform. And Uddhava also admits that, and he tells Vidura that the love Vrindavan Vasis or the Braja people are showing to Krishna, that is incomparable. We cannot compare that love with anything, because they are ready to do anything and everything for Krishna. So, next few verses, Uddhava is explaining about the cowherd boys, how they are completely surrounded to Krishna all the time. And whenever they are going out, as Krishna was in the care of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and he was a Vaishya. So he was having so many cows. So Krishna was a child, so he was given a calf. Small calves were given to all the kids. So he was going in the forest and he was taking care of the calves with his friends. And when all these boyfriends, all these friends, Gopas, were going in the forest, they were enjoying with Krishna the beauty of Vrindavan, the beautiful trees, mango tree, guava tree, all different fruits, varieties of trees, beautiful fragrant flowers in Vrindavan on the bank of Yamuna. And they were playing there with Krishna. So when these boys were coming home, they were continuously thinking about Krishna only. Oh, what we are going to do tomorrow? We have to play this game with Krishna. We have to play that game with Krishna. So they were continuously in the thought of Krishna only. And in Prabhupada mentions that these cowherd boys were great rishis and yogis in their previous life. That's how they got that position. And they could associate with the Lord and could play with the Lord on equal terms. So they were not ordinary Gopals, or they were not ordinary humans who could directly get that opportunity. They were on an exalted platform. They were continuously thinking about Krishna and they were ready to do anything and everything for Krishna. So Uddhava is mentioning about the Gopas as well, that how beautiful and how fortunate those Gopas are, who were playing on the same terms, who are playing on the same platform with Krishna. Then he is mentioning that when the Lord displayed his activity just suitable for the childhood, he was visible only to the residents of Vrindavan. Sometimes he would cry and sometimes laugh just as a child. And while he is doing so, he would appear like a lion cub. So even though he was showing all these beautiful pastime as a child, he was appearing like a lion cub. That's in next few verses. Uddhava also mentions about the Indra's pastime, that how Govardhan he lifted, and how Krishna told Nanda Maharaj not to worship Indra but to worship Govardhan hill, and how he saved all the Brajavasis from the wrath of Indra. So that has also been mentioned, that is also been remembered by Uddhava. And he's just thinking about all those pastimes, what Krishna did in Vrindavan. And then he is saying that the great wizard who were able to assume any form were engaged by the king of Bhoja, Kamsa, to kill Krishna. But in the course of his pastime, the Lord killed them easily, as if child breaks the dolls. Beautiful word, beautifully Uddhava is telling that Krishna was killing all these demons like a game, like the child breaks the dolls, like that he was killing all the demons. And Kamsa was sending such a big, big demons to kill Krishna, but they were just like dolls to kill for Krishna. And then the inhabitants of Vrindavan were perplexed by the great difficulties because a certain portion of the Yamuna was poisoned by the chief of the reptile Kalia, and the Lord chastised the snake king within the water and drove him away. So he was remembering the pastime of Kalia, that how Krishna made Kalia to leave the portion of Yamuna and go in the deep sea. Then he is remembering that the Supreme Lord Krishna desired to utilize the opulent financial strength of Maharaj Nanda and worship of cows, and also he wanted to give a lesson to Indra. So the Govardhan pastime is also being remembered by Uddhava here and is being explained to Vidura. And then in last two verses he is saying, Asoba Vidura, King Indra, his honor having been insulted, poured water incessantly on Vrindavan, and thus the inhabitants of Raja, the land of cows, were greatly distressed. But the compassionate Lord Krishna saved them from the danger with his pastime umbrella, the Govardhan hill. In the third season of the year, the Lord enjoyed as a central beauty of the assembly of women by attracting them with his pleasing song in an autumn night brightened by the moonshine. So, the pastime of Rasalila is also being explained to Vidura by Uddhava. So, this is the beautiful chapter of remembrance of Lord Krishna, beautifully explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. So, whenever you all get chance, definitely do go through these beautiful pastimes, and you will find how ecstatic the words are and how beautiful explanation Prabhupada has given to us. So I thank you everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.